How about now? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Should be working fine now. Just a mic check, just checking on with you guys. Can you just confirm that you can, yeah, that you guys can hear me? Then get started in just a second there. Give a quick check to you guys. Yep. No, one second. Should be working fine. Let me just double check with you guys. One second there. Alright, awesome. That's perfect then. Let's get fucking cracking then. Shit, dude. Alright, what's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well, man. It's fucking Wednesday today. We've had a very good start of the week so far. We had we did the trade on the Sunday, which I posted on Twitter. We quoted the top on Ethereum, so congratulations to all you guys there. And use that as a learning curve for yourself, really. I mean, like in terms of how to catch the top, what we were looking for, and how we actually played it back into the range as well. Going back into Monday's range, which is a macro, like not macro range really. It's like a range that we were talking about. Ethereum and BTC's been playing for the last 2-3 weeks or so, and we just caught the top as well, and we just rode it back down. So we made some good profits there. Yeah, it's been a really good start of the week as well. So today is CPI. So it's going to be a bit of a crazy one as well. So they're talking about how, what's the rate? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Look, the honest truth is I don't give a flying fuck about the fucking numbers. That doesn't really matter. It shouldn't matter to any of us, right? Yes, the numbers can actually affect our life going in the future. I agree with that. But when you got to separate the two, your personal life and your trading life. There's two separate things. If you can't separate the two, and it's like marrying your bags. If you start marrying a bias, right, and you're stuck with one bias, you're gonna fuck yourself over. And what happens is, right, by doing that, you're not gonna see the move that we're actually playing as well. So it's like you know how it is. The market always tells you. It does tell you where he wants to go. So when he pushes up into, like, if it's gonna be bearish, for example, he pushes up to an area of resistance and starts breaking down. And that breakdown itself is the key that's telling you the market's gonna go down. So are you ready to short, or are you just gonna long it like a pleb and get liquidated like everyone else? It's really, really key that you take things a lot easier today. I'm doing the stream a little bit early today. I have somewhere to go, and tomorrow I won't be able. I don't think tomorrow I'll be able to actually do a stream tomorrow. So I might. What I'll replace as like an Asian session. So probably about like later in the evening. So about 12, 1 o'clock, or 1 o'clock in the morning UK time, and it helps the Americans as well. Because I do have a big, weirdly enough, right? I didn't really think about this as well. I do have quite a big number of fucking American fans on Twitter. Really, really crazy as well. So gotta give some love to these Americans as well. So what's going on? Let's have a look. Who's in the chat, man? Who's with us today? We got some fucking numbers here. Fucking hell, man. Crypto Cruise. We got fucking Crypto Dad. We got Morningstar. Shell C. How you doing? You right there? I think you're. I haven't seen you in the chat actually before, Shell. But glad you're here. We got Joel Fano. We got Amma. We got Carl. We got Nick. Vinicius Gomez de Lima. My guy. We got Brandon Rodriguez. We got Jordan. We got fucking, who else we got, man? Fire Spirit, John Caboose, Stuart Groves, Derry, Bam Bam. Yo, we got SC in the fucking chat, man. What you saying, SC? You good? Fucking hell, man. It's always a pleasure to have you here, brother. It's always a fucking pleasure, man. What are you doing now? Chilling? Or just, he's probably just waiting for CPI to run through and then fucking short the market. That's what he's looking for. But yeah, let's get cracking though, man. Good to have you here, brother. Good to have you here. So, what I do want to talk about a few things. Number one is, where was it? This, actually, I want to talk about this. We talked about the fucking, do you remember we talked about what's it called? Institution buy-ins at the 0.79 level, right? I don't know if you guys actually seen this video, right? Let me play this video to you guys. Let me put my volume back up. And then we get cracking then. I just want to start off with this, right? It's pretty interesting, right? Does it mean much? I don't fucking know, right? But we'll fucking play anyway. 1 second, guys.
Where's it going? Did you talk to him before coming on, and what does he say about where's it going from here?
That was a pretty easy call. It was a pretty easy call because what's happened with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was at 60,000, you had a lot of institutions on the sideline who were looking and saying, boy, we'd like to invest, we'd like to allocate 1, 2, 3% of our portfolios, pension funds, for example. But at 60,000, it feels toppy, there's some mania, but they've done the diligence, they've met with their investment committees. And so as it went down to 17,000, it wasn't a shock to me that you saw some of those institutions step in for the very first time, buy Bitcoin, store it in their portfolio. So I knew there was a buyer.
But interesting that those institutional buyers stepped in when it was showing its volatility. You would think that the opposite would be true, that they would want to stay away, unless you think now that this is such a critical asset class that no one can afford not to be in it.
Yeah, well, it was a moment of capitulation. So if we could see all the books and records, I think it would be a combination of some really smart Bitcoin whales that have been in it for 10 years, and then fairly quickly some of those institutions stepping in. That's exactly what's happened. I mean, look, in crypto, yes, Bitcoin's up 40%. It doesn't mean it's going to go up another 40%. But in crypto, there's Bitcoin, and then there's literally everything else. Bitcoin is trusted, it's largely censorship resistant. There will only and ever be 21 million Bitcoins. It will have to be a component in a portfolio of broad portfolios, like a pension fund, maybe just to a small extent, but it will have to be there. And then there are all other cryptocurrencies. Ethereum's in a special class, of course, stablecoins, and then everything else looks like a speculative stock. Maybe if you invest in it, you make money. Maybe you lose all of your money.
Right, so you guys hear what he said? So he was talking about how institutions are buying in, and I ain't gonna lie to you, that girl, right? That girl's a bit thick if you ask me, right? Well, then again, she's just actually trying to like get questions out. So the point really is that they're talking about institutions stepping in. So the dude was talking about like the former president of the New York Stock Exchange, Thomas Farley. He was talking about how fucking they were looking at Bitcoin at 60K and it was too expensive, which is true. It was too expensive, and the institution was looking to step in. And we talked about how on the episode, if you guys don't know, if you go to YouTube, let me show you. If I can get my YouTube back up. How's it? 1 second there. Go to YouTube, the channel. You can see videos. It was literally this episode here, the tool to think like an institution, episode 48, right, on Dank's Daily Trade. And we talked about how the fucking 0.79 is the key where like institution will step in, and when we actually charted it as well, it did come around 17.6k. And so if institution, and we spent a bit of time on it, if institutions actually stepped in, then you know they really have stepped in and they're gonna go a lot more higher. Well, we'll see how it goes. We know we've done the chart itself. I'll bring the chart up actually. Where is it? It's right here. So the chart was this. This is literally the chart. This is the 0.79 level, right, as you can see over here. That's the 0.79 level, this red bit here. We stepped into it with 17.532k from this low here to this high there. And the question is, right, if it's going to be bullish, right, we've got to hold this line here. I mean, target 1 is 26.8k, then we go to 28.6k, reclaim this, then we got this area of consolidation before we get to 36k. So we've got a lot of grinding to go up. That's if it's going to go up, right? But there's a lot of work to do, right? Now the question is, does it go there? Does it not go there? We don't fucking know. We're not going to know until we go there. But the point is, if you keep this in mind of what's going on, right, on the background, then you play it level to level. You wouldn't be surprised if you go to 36k. If we do, let's say, if we do go to 36k, would you be surprised? We wouldn't, because we already had this sort of plan already in place. And all we're doing, we're just waiting for it. Now, if Bitcoin decides to shit the bed and decide to go a lot more lower, right, and then start breaking down, then if I can go down, we play the shorts. It's not a problem. I'm not saying we're marrying a bias of longs. With day trading, so day trading, you don't marry any bias. With day trading, you just freaking play the market as it is. Now, with CPI coming in, which is quite interesting as well. I talked about this in one of the episodes as well. So it's a CBR index, right? And I did do a chart on there. Now, I'm not a CPI expert. It was literally this fucking tweet here. 1 second. This is it. So disclaimer: I'm not a CPI expert. CRB index is breaking down from major key resistance. Therefore, my honest guess is that CPI is coming in lower than 9.1% today. When did it break down? From the last CPI, 13th of July. Okay, so let's just break this down one by one. So if I go to the let's do this, right? So CPI 2022 dates. Let's get the dates up, right? Schedules of release of the consumer price index. Okay. The first one was, well, let's go for this year, January 2022, 12th of January. Okay. So let's just look at the 12th of January. That's when the rates will start to increase anyway from the 12th of January. So we're looking at January's over here. I'm just gonna mark out this 12th of January. So 12th of January is over here. It's this bit here. So obviously, I mean, what? Okay. So the question is, what is this, right? 1 second. Yeah. So the question is, what is this, right? So like, it's a commodity index, right? Essentially, what we do, we use dollar as a barometer, okay? And what we do, and what we do is we have to confirm this with dollar. So some use gold, right? And the gold is a pretty, sorry. Yeah, gold is a pretty lethargic commodity, mainly used for manipulation and only relies on moves during like geopolitical events. Now, so the best one that I tend to use is the commodity index, the CRB index, right? Which essentially compiles all commodities and has an average. Which is quite similar to how the dollar index is compromised as well, comprised. So like, what we like to see is like a symmetry in the market. Now forex has been quite fucking volatile. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down. There's no actual read of what's going on, and so if you look at this CRB index, right, from the CPI data that we had, right, from January itself, we've been CPI has, as we know, CPI has been going up, right? We can all agree with that. Let me move this over here. CPI has been going up, right? But the CRB index, right, is also going up. We finally broke up. We finally cracked. Sorry, we finally cracked this. Oops. CRB index is going up too as well. Okay. So I don't know how relative this is, right? I don't know. I'm just trying to work out something for us. Work out something that how legitimate it is, so I can have something to actually work on in the future when it comes to trading ahead and trying to bring, add new things to my arsenal. That's really what it comes down to as well. So what I'm looking at, so if the CRB index from the January, from 2020 has been going all the way up, right, and we know the CPI index is going up. Well, this is a commodity index which covers gold and all the oil, a bunch of other commodities as well. It's like it's comprised of I think it's about 19 different index. We'll have a look at that as well. But then we've now topped out over here and we're breaking down. We've lost this low over here and we're finding resistance. And as long we lose this low here, that's just short. Off we go. Now, looking at this, right, the last CPI index, right, which was 9.1, the last CPI data was, no, that's not it. Schedule here. So the last CPI was on the 13th of July. Now, 13th of July is just right over here. Just over here. Just in this black candle over here. That's it. That was the 13th of July. And now we're shut down lower. Now, I want to see if the CPI data is a lot lower now. So I just want it would be good to see what happens. I mean, what was the CPI data? March, May 11th. May 11th here. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, fuck that shit. I don't know. I can spend a bit of time on that, and I thought, you know what, this is gonna be a bit of a waste of time, really. So fuck this. But the key point really comes down to this now. With the whole fucking CPI data, do we take a trade? Do we not take a trade? Right? At the moment, there's only scalp trades available. Right? I wouldn't take a day trade. I wouldn't take anything until CPI is done. I'd wait for the fucking the whole situation to go through, and after that, then we step in. So it's happening today, approximately. Yeah, 1:30 p.m. UK time. Right, that's today. So once that's finished, right, once that's out of the way, and then we start looking at what's gonna happen. Then we start seeing, how do we step in? So let's make the plans on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we go from there. Okay, does that make sense? Any questions, guys? Good morning, guys, man. I really appreciate you guys actually jumping on the stream with me, man. Really, really big love for this, man. Big love. Smash up the likes, man, and then let's get fucking cracking as well. Just getting the spots here at all. I'm a little cautious here. I'm a little cautious, right? I was in AZERO. I've taken profits on AZERO. So do you remember? Let's quickly go to AZERO. USDT. I'm thinking profits thingy. But we're looking at this one. So remember I said to you like the other day when we was making plans, like this is the high that's causing the market. I bought in quite early on. I think I bought in around 86 cents. I think like around this area here. This is where I bought in. But I've scared out on some profits over here. Why? Because we've come into some sort of resistance at this area here, right? And that's capping the market there. So if price comes back down and holds above it, then I'm happy to take the long, right? So I'm happy to take the long, going back up to there, and then from there play it back higher, level to motherfucking level. You know how it is, okay? So AZERO is actually quite good. From 86 cents, I made what? Well, 2x actually, more of a 2x, 2.5x actually. That's not a bad number there. On some spots there. I mean, look at ETHBTC. What's ETHBTC saying? But that's AZERO there. That's one of the spots there. And again, it's just like I'm monitoring everything as well, so I'm being very careful there. I mean, with this, it's if you ignore this red line here and just focus on the ETHBTC chart. Fuck off, fucking prick. Let's move this along. Right, so if you look at the thing of the chart itself, right, as a range bound environment, this is a high and this is a low. It's up and down, right? And that's what it's been doing, right? We're above the mid range. We found support over here. This red line here is the macro mid range. So I mean, we need to reclaim, take out these highs and go up to this area, and then you see these highs over here. Reclaim this. Off we go. Next set of targets over here in this area there. Let's do this. In this area here, in this area here, and then going to range high. After that, we'll see what happens once we come up here. Do we come back up and then break up higher, or do we lose this level and go a lot more lower? So we're working level to level, but for the time being, it is looking like semi-bullish. I gotta say it is semi-bullish there. Then have you used key levels indicator ever? Nah, never use it. What is that? What's going on, Vegeta? You good? If price starts to close to 19 to 18k, will this start to sell off? Well, 19 to 18k is a fucking big number to drop into it. So we got levels to work on, right? We've really got levels to work on. So just fucking looking at this, right? Let's have a look. Monday's low, right? I mean, I took a small little punt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took a very small punt, half size yesterday, with buying it once we step into once we close into the Monday's range. I thought, okay. But a hard stop there, and it actually took me out. It took me out, and I was like, alright, cool. I lost half an hour there. Well, you can see that. I lost the trade there. It is what it is. Bit stupid there, to be honest. I mean, really, the plan really, and it was aggressive. I never talked about it on Twitter. The reason why, because my plan was once we reclaim the monthly open and come up to here, this was going to be your long bullish scenario going to mid range with 75%, 75 to range high, taking out liquidity here. And see if we can come into this area here, this area consolidation of this area here. So, bit of a tricky one at the moment. I'm feeling hot, man. What the fuck, man? This heat wave is getting to me already. Fucking hell, man. If anyone's in the UK, they've got a heat wave coming today. So, there's going to be a bit of volatility, up, down, up, down, up, down. Would I take any trade? No, not yet. I'd rather let the dust settle. Okay, so we know two things, right? Number one, looking at Ethereum, right? Let's just focus on the blue line. You see the blue line here, right? I'm gonna pop these lines there. 1 second. Okay, we're just gonna talk about this first, and then we're gonna narrow it down, right? So we're gonna talk about a bit of a not high time frame. That's the wrong word to say. A time frame that's a little bit higher, and then the second thing we're gonna talk about is actually narrowing on the trade and how we're gonna play this level to level. Okay. So currently BTC is still playing within this half here, from this high to this mid. That's all it is. It's literally between those areas here. As you can see, from up, down. I mean, it is. I mean, market structure still. I mean, that's a high, lower, low. Sorry, higher, low, higher, high. Is this the higher low? And are we curving off for more of a massive impact? We don't fucking know. So the thing is, if I were to long, a reclaim of this level here, right? Then I say, okay, target 1, and then I go to target 2. Let me just draw this out properly. fucking, I can't even do it properly today. Target 1. I said target 2. And then go to target 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it'll be more like this, something like this. 1, 2, and that's it. That's the trade I'd be looking for, right? If you were to just play off this range itself, okay? Looking at the high to the mid, that's all you're doing, right? Nothing too crazy, and that's the only way for me to get. And that, if we can do this, right, this would be the confirmation to enter in. That was just a curvature, right? This is just a stop run of this lows over here. And where did he bounce off to? Let's have a look. Did he bounce off anything? I mean, it already did. It really bounced off this consolidation over here. Because do you remember that we talked about this before? We talked about, oh, fuck, motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, do you remember we talked about how there was a range band environment here? This was a range band environment. Let me just change the color. This was just a range band environment. Well, guess what? It stepped into the range band environment and it stepped into the range low. This was a deviation, and all this was resistance. Remember, we talked about this, and that's a big ass deviation. So, I mean, to me, just looking at this already, we already know, right, that like taking out these highs here will then be a scalp over here, all right? And that's a quick trade over here. That's just looking at this kind of range over here. So we know there's a range band environment here. We got all this thin movement. Do we reclaim and hold above it and go? So I mean, like, yeah, like I said, like for me to be confirmed to actually go for bullish play is a reclaim of this 75% level, going to potentially Monday's high, looking at there, because we've taken out liquidity on Monday's low. Monday's low was around here. No, Monday's low was, let's have a look. Yeah, Monday's low was about approximately around here, I think, around there. We've taken out liquidity on Monday's low, and we're finding difficulty to actually claim into it now. I'll just delete all that shit. That's Monday's low. And what it looks like to me, right? Look, this is, we go back up, come back down, right? There's a retest of Monday's low. We made a new lower low, right? Oh, 1 second there. I gotta pick this up. Assalamualaikum, teacher. Kau kelau gimana? Pena ulam sa, apa ulam sa? Kenapa? ¿Cómo? Yeah. Okay. ¿Tú okay, Samo? Oui. Oh shit, that's fucked. Okay, yeah. Du bist ein gut mehr? Okay. No, it's not a problem. If you need anything, just give me a shout then. Just give me a call, okay? Okay, nice. Okay, no problem. I'll see you soon. Okay, assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Fucking hell, man. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So we now need to play a little bit safe over here. So like, to me, right, if it now, right, if that's so we got the Monday's low here. If we start losing this lows here, right, this low here, come back down, then we can play it back down over here to this mid range here. Because then what we've done, we've played this from this high to mid. Yes, we didn't come into this area here. Yes, we didn't come into this area. We bounced off these blocks over there. I mean, look, you can clearly see it. You can clearly see it. This area consolidation is where we actually bounced into. That's what it was. So the key thing is, right, if it was to be bullish, as long this low holds, it's bullish all the way to go into the highs. That's theoretically speaking on a range band environment, okay? So with CPI coming in, I'll be a little bit more cautious. I wouldn't step in just yet. Now, if you want to take a trade, right, this is for those who actually want to, I'm breaking this down into two separate ways. Number one, which is what I've done, is how would you actually take a trade if you want to, be a bit more patient, playing the game a little bit more safer in terms of waiting for clear breaks of range bound environments going to highest. So the numbers I'm talking about, for those who actually are driving or at work, reclaiming 23.4k, let's call it, will then mean that we can go up to 23.8, approximately around 24, and then we can go to 24.3. Okay, let's call it 24.3. Now, as long as this consolidation is holding right here, that's the key. Now, if we lose this block here, right, then and does something like this, breaks down, that's a short. That's a short, right? Playing where? Back to this 25% of the range, which is around 21.6, looking to go exactly back down, taking that liquidity that's been resting over here for God knows however long it's been there, to around 20.7k. That's what we're looking for there. So we have two sets of plays here. At the moment, as long as this holds, it's bullish. But once we give up the mid range, it's over. Right? So we go a lot more lower, and we fill out all this thin movement there. Okay? Does that make sense there, everybody? Because I think what happens is a lot of us, right, we tend to actually focus on what you call it, freaking the higher time on a smaller time frame, and we're not looking at what's going on in the bigger picture. The bigger picture is always telling us what's happening there. Because if we do something like this, how many of us would actually miss this short here? We'd be looking for like, oh, but we're supposed to go higher to 26k, 28k. What I would tell you is forget the numbers, just watch what the chart is saying. CPI came in high last week, man. Last time. What happened to Bitcoin? See, the last CPI date, I tell you right now, actually. Last CPI date was on the 13th of July, right? The 13th of July, I'll show you something. 13th of July is right here. That's the CPI date. That's when CPI happened. You see this? This wick over here? That was the 13th of July, and we shot back up. So, like I said to you, even if whatever the CPI data is, right, it doesn't really fucking matter whether it goes up or down, or if it's a super high, or it doesn't matter. When you're focusing on the chart, it's literally what the chart is telling you. Does that make sense there, guys? So that's the view, right? So now we're going to look at Bitcoin in terms of how we're going to play this as a day trade, what we're going to do, and X, Y, and Z, okay? Does that make 15 minutes? So that, delete that, delete, cool. Too much lines over here. So we just need to focus on these areas here. And look, we're kind of running resistance right now. Right up this low here. So let's have a look. So now we know what's going on. We've got an idea. All we need to do now is start making a plan, right? Making a plan and see what's going on. Okay, let's have a look. So if I just fucking draw my lines in, and let's make the plans, okay? So that's this blue. That's Monday's high, mid-range, low. Give me a second, guys. Just putting these lines in, okay? Because I just want to remove all this bullshit over here. Yeah. That's it, and then put the monthly in, okay? So remember what I said to you, below the monthly open is bearish, above the monthly open is bullish. Remember that? So the same principle here. The question is, right, if we step back in, retest this area here, back into this area consolidation, which I can think, I see it as quite a plausible thing, right? Now look, okay, let's do plans, okay? Let's do the plans of bearishness. Why? Because we're below the monthly open. This is the monthly open, and we're going to start looking for plans, okay? So, you see this area of consolidation over here? This has been causing a bit of a distress on the market. Why? Because this consolidation has caused resistance, and any pop into it will then therefore be counted as a resistance. If you break down below it, lose the Monday's low, you know your stop losses over here, above the high over here, and off we go. We take out liquidity into this area. Well, we're coming to this area here. That's target 1. From target 1, take out all this liquidity over here. Take out this. I'll say that'll be target 2. That'll be target 2, and then we're looking for target 3, which is that mid-range of that range we just talked about at 22.5k. So we need to see how it comes into at 23.2k to approximately around 23.3k. It's $100 worth of range there. See how we go there. Break down below it, below Monday's low, which is around 23.1k, and then we start going down. We start scaling into the shorts. Okay, we start stepping into the shorts and start playing that game down. Okay, so that's the shorting scenario of a pullback, right? It pushes back up and breaks down. Now, what happens is, right? Let's have a look. Just delete, right? That's the pullback, right? And what happens if, even if he does this, comes on to here, does swing failure pattern as well, gets below the Monday's range, breaks down, and then off we go. It doesn't matter if it comes into this area here or in at the top of the range high, at the top of 23.3k. But the key is once we start breaking below Monday's low, after that, let it do its thing, let it do its deviation. Once it comes back underneath, then we step in. Whatever the high is, if it deviates above it, then that's your stop loss, and we send it back down. All right, and we go back down to 22.5k. Why are we looking at 22.5k? Well, a few things. Number one, we're below Monday's low, right? So below Monday's low is bearish. Number two, we're also below the monthly open. So below the monthly open is also bearish. And number three, you see this range we're playing from the high to the mid? Well, we always play a range band environment. The range band environment is what? Low to mid, mid to high. High to mid, mid to low, right? So if we're playing high, where are we playing to? To the mid. Unless, for whatever reason, it reclaims and plays something else, and then we talk about that. And that's more of the bullish play. So that's the bearish play. I'm going to be a bit careful, right? And then obviously we talked about if once we lose 22.5k, we're going to go back to the 25% level, which we discussed as well. So that's already written there for you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, the bullish plan, if I want to step in, yes, if it steps into the Monday's low, it is going to be fairly bullish, but I'm a skeptical about this area here, this consolidation we talked about, and the monthly open. For me to step in for longs, right? Because I did step into longs here, knowing that this was a problem here. Bit silly, to be honest. It was a bit stupid. I got stopped out. It is what it is. That's my first loss in actually about my 12 or 13 trade in a row, man. Fucking hell. So I think I got like 12 or 13 trades in a row. All of them was correct. Today, I mean last night and during Asia, I was wrong for the first time. It happens, right? And it shows to you guys, right, that like even the best of us can actually, you know, make some mistakes as well. It happens to all of us. We're never going to get everything 100% correct. But what we try to do is mitigate our losses, which is why I went half a risk, because I was in Asia and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to bed. And I'll see how it is. But I think, yeah, it is what it is anyway. Fuck it. But never mind. Now, bullishness, right, is that for me to be bullish, we have to break above and hold this block. You see this consolidation we talked about? If we hold this block here, that's bullishness for me to say, okay, then we can reclaim the 25% and I'll be playing it to the mid-range. That's the mid-range. I'll probably take some profits over here first. The low will be about approximately 23.6k. And then I'll be looking for the mid-range, which is about 23.7k. From there, the question is now, because now we step back into this area of consolidation, does it, well, let me just highlight this. Does it do something like this now? Does it do something like this? Comes into this area, breaks down, and then we play it back down at this area. If it does, cut the trade. If you're still holding it, and I say I play back to shorts, back to this area consolidation, playing it potentially to Monday's low. And all we've done, right, this is just a deviation of Monday's range. Do you remember the deviation we played last week? It was just Monday's range the whole fucking week. And we just killed every single day, Monday to Friday, we killed it. Right? Even on the fucking weekend, we killed it as well. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Okay? Smash the likes, everybody, man. Show some love as well. But yeah, thank you so much, man. I got a fucking, it's a beautiful number here to see 87 people here to fucking, you know, watching me chat shit, man. I really appreciate that, man. So let's have a look. What's everyone saying then? Fucking getting lost in the fucking chat, in my own fucking charts here. So that, yeah, and from, okay, before I carry on, if we reclaim Monday's range, Monday's low, that's my compounding opportunity. Target 1. From there, going to Monday's high. Because we've taken out liquidity on Monday's low. Remember what we said? Liquidity is where? On Monday's low and Monday's high. And all we're doing is taking out liquidity on both sides. It tends to happen a lot of the times. And we did that last week. We did that over and over again. And we're just trying to take liquidity there. So, would I step in now? No. I would wait for fucking CPI to be done. We got fucking 3.5 hours. I'd say give it 5.5 hours, right? Give it 2 hours. Like a good hour, 2 hours after... To be safer, 2 hours after the fucking CPI data and all that shit like that. Let the dust settle. When the dust settles, then you step in. Don't step in like a fucking donkey thinking that you're going to make peas, right? Because there's a mad volatility. Mad volatility. I'm going to take it easy today. I'm not going to stress too much. I made about 20R minus half an R. That's 19.5R. So I want to maintain that as much as possible. Because when you start off a good week, what I've noticed with myself, right, is when I start off a really, really good week, Two things can happen. Either it goes really, really well for the rest of the week, or really, really fucking bad. And which is what I have a rule is that if I take 2 trades wrong, right, in a day, in the space of 24 hours, I'll take the day off. So far for me, I've taken one trade wrong. I gotta be very, very careful for how I step in. I got my plans now, right? I let Asians unfold, and I'm just watching how we react off here and off here. Okay. So what's going on? Let's see. We'll see what everyone's saying. So thanks, channel. Oh, Joe Great says I get up at 5:30 every morning. So the last episode. Oh, bro, thank you so much for that, man. That's a massive love there. Bless you, brother. You didn't stream today, Vegeta. Bro, you know what? You like what time is your stream? Yours is a lot earlier than mine, isn't it? Before I even wake up. Yeah, just SC. Just be honest, man. Just wait, man. Your girlfriend Jasmine holds your peas and likes to walk with you up and down the same street, picking up some peas as she goes. You can get tired and slap her fucking ass a little bit as well. Oh, you took the same trade as well? I wanted to ask for my opinion for the chart. Yeah, well, the plans are there. I took the trade for freaking that Monday's low and we step in thinking like, okay, cool. But as long, I mean, like, to me, right, was this. For me, I kept the wider stop, right? And once we stepped into here, right? Once we step into here, right? Step into this area. I was like, as long as this low holds, right, we're good to go. I want to keep it a wider stop, right? Because if you look at the fucking stop run, right? Well, I mean, where was he bouncing off? I was looking at it, right? It bounced off this consolidation over here. You see that? So what we've had so far, which is making me lean to slight bullishness, but obviously bullishness to what? Monday's low. You see, we had a stop, we bounced into it. So price got. Let me delete all this shit first. Yeah, let's delete all this and let's just focus on this one area. So where did price come into? It come into this area here, right? So what happened here? As you can see, price decided to do its own thing. Comes up, bounce it once, bounce it twice, makes a high, right? Then it comes down, bounce it once. So this block to me was already bullish there, so I had a stop loss there. That's why I kept it there. So that's one. Comes up, and then it was holding the Monday's low, right, which is around here. It was holding the Monday's low, decides to come down and wicks me out, and fucking comes back and reclaims, and off it goes. Which is kind of suckish. It happens. It really does happen. What can you do in it? I mean, to be honest, there was a slight, really, really thin movement over here. So you see here, see this area of thinness right there. That's where it's come into. That's where it stepped into. And I did. Fucking yeah, it is. Fuck it. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. What can you do? But shit happens, innit? That's what it is. Shit happens. Your average hero subdank wasn't able to watch your stream yesterday, but just played Monday's range yesterday. From what I've learned from you and made 5.47 off. Fucking your average hero, my guy. I thought for Saturday, yeah. Well, I think it's a whole week. It's gonna be a fucking heat wave, to be honest. In the Met, we've had 30 plus per month. Jack, listen, right? Us in the UK, man, we're fucking bitches over here, man. We get temperature goes to 22 degrees, right? Girls got their tits out, man. Trust me, it's fucking mad here. Along BTC last night, a lot of people decided to long it as well. What time CPI? It's 8:30 today. 1:30 in the UK time. So that's it. I think everyone's looking for Monday's range. CPI is 1:30. That's right. Yo H, you know what? Fuck you, man. Some guy called Triple H in it. Garbage streamer. You can suck my dick in it. Yeah, suck my dick and lick my balls, man. Because you know what it is. You're a piece of shit. That's what you are. But. Fucking, I don't just hide him, man. Fuck him. I don't want to hear him. He can suck a dick. Triple H. How do I block this guy? Does anyone know how to block someone? Triple H. I'm a fucking little cunt, innit? Anyway. Some people just fucking it's just sad. Is he on the 50 minutes? Yeah, I was on the 50 minutes DM. You on Twitter. Oh, thank you, Morningstar. I will. Oh, you guys are talking about the fucking private group. Oh, so yeah. There's still a little bit of spaces there in the private group. That itself, let me just check to you guys quickly before we carry on to Ethereum, and then I'm going to move on to it. Then that's pretty much the end of the stream. So, the private group itself, I did say there's going to be about 50 spaces there. Numbers are getting filled, though. I ain't going to lie to you. Numbers are getting filled, which is really nice, though, to hear that you guys are really interested by it. So, what I would say is, like, those who aren't aware, I'm actually opening a private group. It's going to be a Discord server. I'm looking to do it end of the month towards around September, beginning of September, that time. Did I just open a fucking canna in the morning? The fuck is wrong with me, dang? Fuck it, man. This is bad. Fucking builder's life in it. So but yeah. So those who aren't aware, I'm opening up a private Discord. It's going to be capped at 50 people at first, and the reason why it's going to be capped is because I want to focus on the first 50 and see how I actually maintain that as well. It's going to be like a lot of fundamentals in terms, not fundamentals. It's going to be a lot of learning in terms of how to trade, how to read, how to do your charts and stuff like that. It's going to be one of those ones very interactive from me. So I don't know how it is with other paid groups and stuff like that. I don't really care. But morning, Pirate. Good to have you here. See you loyal today. But yeah. So the key really is that I'm gonna spend my time with you guys for the first 50 people, and so you guys, it'll be like one of those classrooms, a proper classroom, right? So where I'm looking to actually go through a session or something like that, give you guys homework, and you guys come back and give me like your charts stuff, and I'll mark your charts stuff like that, and I'll have a look at and try and help you with your ranges, help you with your SRs, and we'll go through things. It's not a one-to-one mentoring. It's gonna be like a group mentoring kind of thing, and I mean one-to-one mentoring. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but I think group mentoring is quite good. It's like a proper classroom, and we spend some time on it as well. We do this on a daily basis. We do the whole thing. I mean, the YouTube thing will still stay with the BTC and Ethereum trades and setups, but with the private group, it's going to be about $100. I'm looking for the first 50, and I probably will go. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be $100 a month, and it's going to be one of those ones where there's a lot of alts behind it as well. There's a lot of breakdowns. We're going to do a lot more trades on BTC and Ethereum, not just a one-off or two-off trades. We take as well on the YouTube stream. So obviously, if you pay for a service, you're going to get more out of it. You know how it is, right? So those who actually are interested, DM me on Twitter. So my Twitter is at TraderDank. Let me show it to you guys. Fucking sorry to close on me, bastard. One second, guys. Let me open this up. Cool. Yeah, so if you DM me, let me delete that. With the profile at TraderDank. For those who already DM me, if some of you guys I have responded, not to all of you guys, but those who has DM me, I have actually noted your email down, so you will get priority on the spot when the time comes. But spots are getting filled. I think we've got more than we've got less than half. Put it this way, I think we've probably got about 15 spots left as well. So literally send in your email, DM me, send me your email, and that's it. That's all I need really. Your email address as well, just so I can make a note. I've got an Excel sheet of all the people that actually who are going to get priority. And even if you're after even if you're after the 50th person, you're going to be on a waiting list as well. So you will get priority afterwards. So the sooner you actually get this in, the sooner that you'll get into the group itself. So we're gonna kick it off quite soon. I'm getting things sorted out in the background. So when it's all ready, I'll let you guys know. Okay. So yeah, smash the likes. Yeah, man, appreciate that, man. Smash the likes, everybody. I really appreciate that, man. Fucking 87 fucking people. Yeah, that's mad. And what's going on here? What else have I missed? I missed a lot of fucking messages here. Jesus Christ, dude. Dude, you guys are going mad in this fucking chat. So say thank you, yeah, Fatih. I've got everyone. Yeah, thank you, John, as well. Yeah, Dank, I've got you. Sorry, I haven't responded, but responded there. But yeah, I will respond to all of you guys as soon as possible as well. Okay. Yes, Oh yes, Jordan. Thank you so much for that. Good fucking catch on that. I completely forgot about that. Sorry about that, guys. On Saturday, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. UTC time, I'm doing a joint stream with these guys, with Johnny Jackson and Mindset. So this is it. If you guys are interested as well, it's a stream called Mindjacked. It's gonna happen on the 13th. Well, it's 11 o'clock UK time for me as well. It's gonna happen on the Saturday. It's gonna be about like an hour's trade. So we're gonna go through a few things. They're gonna talk and stuff like that, and I'm gonna do a setup on a Saturday for them. So looking forward to that. So if you guys are interested as well, you're more than welcome to join us. You know, please do join us as well on Saturday if you're available. It'll be really nice as well, and it should be fun as well. It should be a good one. So Johnny and Mindset are two lovely guys as well. They reached out to me on Twitter, and I think that they were very interested with the style. I think Johnny has a very similar style that I have, that I have, but like our execution is quite different. So like, you know, I'll go through a bit about execution and what I do, you know, the normal shit, right? You guys seen it how it is, but I'll go into a little bit of detail about it as well. So just to, you know, just to fucking go for the love in it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm doing a joint stream on Saturday. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that. All right then, let's have a look at fucking ETH then. ETH, the motherfucker. What's going on, ETH? Fucking with us, is it? Fucking with us. It's fucking with us, isn't it? Why? Because he stepped into Monday's low. Okay. Again, will I take a trade? Maybe a quick little trade here and there, but nothing too special there. We ran these stops here, right? Which is why I didn't even take the trade on ETH. I didn't like the ETH trade. You know why? Because when I stepped into Bitcoin was on Monday's low. ETH was around here. All good. Happy days, right? The problem why I didn't take ETH, right, it's got these equal lows here. So I wanted this to be, delete that. I wanted this area of consolidation right here to be, right here. This area of consolidation to be retested, right? And look where it's come into. Bang on. Equal lows over here. Well, you can't even see it. Let me move my fucking head. Bang on. Equal lows in these two areas here. Number 1, number 2. Which I don't really like so much. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like it so much, right? But never mind. We can still play this game. It's just a fucking game. You know how it is. Trading is just nothing but a game. So if we can do look at the ETH View and see what's going on there. Fucking. Now you didn't miss any trades, brother. Well, we haven't entered any trades. The CPI today. We're just gonna take it a little bit easier today. Nothing too special as well, and let the dust settle. But we're just making the plans itself just to see how things are going. So looking at this range, right? I got this range here. Okay, I'm not really too focused about what happened over here. This fit. So can you see this, right? That's the high here, and that's the low. And you can see prices is range band in this area. Nothing else but range band. So you can see. Let me just fucking talk about this actually properly. So if I just fucking do that, do this, that looks nicer, and get some lines in. So this is the high, okay, and then that way we can actually get rid of all these lines and make it a little bit more easy and simpler for all of us, okay? That's the low, and that's 25%, okay, cool. Now if I hide all this, right, as you can see right here, we now have a range band environment, right? So the range band is this, from this very high to this very low, and all we've done is up, down, and we come to, went from up, down, up, and then we're down. We're at the mid-range. The mid-range is the key, so there's going to be some sort of reaction there. Does it go lower? We don't fucking know, but we play it as it comes. Look, we're above the mid-range, right? As on the mid-range holds, right? Take out these highs over here. So you see this candle over here. That's what's capping the market. This very open, this up candle here, the close on that up candle there, is capping the market on the upside because we've got loads of wicks here and wicks over here. Now, if I want to go bullish, right, let me delete this. If I was to go bullish on this, I have to see something like this, right? We're just talking about this range that's happened about 2-3 weeks ago, and we're just gonna play this in, right? For me to be bullish, close above it, reclaim, right? Once it does something like this, then I can say, yeah, well, your invalidation, where you're wrong, you're definitely wrong there, right? So you target 1's over here, and then we're looking for this area here, that would be target 2, and then we go to target 3, okay? That's what we're looking for. And then we'll see if we can squeeze in for these highs there. We don't fucking know, but we play it level to level at a range band environment. 1 second, guys. Yeah. Hey, Dubsdorf. What a day on to the next. Made an E-trade from 1689 to 1907 twice yesterday. My guy. It's a geezer. What a geezer. So that's the bullish scenario looking at this range here. As long as the mid-range holds, we're good to go, right? Now, if for whatever reason, CPI does its thing and it does its, it comes back down below the mid range. How do we enter a short? That's the key thing, right? So you're looking at this, right? So if I just draw a box over here, you see this area of consolidation there, right? That's the key. For confirmation, right? Once we break down, right, lose the low over here, we can start saying we can play in this area here, okay? Once we come down and lose this block here, find resistance of it, then we can say, yep, confirmation, because we've made this low over here, right? We like let's say it was like an hourly close below. Target 1, playing these thin moves over here, and that'd be target 2. See this thin move here? That's got to be filled out, and there's a small thin move over here, and that's all it is. And that'll be target 1 and target 2, and we're just playing it down here. But in the meantime, right, we need to start looking at this. We're actually still playing between the high and the mid range before we start looking at the mid to high. So let it do its thing. Let it be messy. It's gonna get a bit messy for the next couple of hours. We don't fucking know. We just gotta let it do its thing. Honestly, that's the key. The key is if you just let the price do its little action and stuff like that, and we take the scraps where we need to take the scraps on. ETH 2.0 Gorelli testnet launched today too. Going to be volatile CPI. Oh, testnet launched today. Shit. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I mean, if there's any failures and shit like that, man, that's going to go bad on Ethereum. There's no rooms for mistake now. Pirates, I just happened to notice that I've had an open E position on one of the exchanges for a month now. Wait, is it a long? For a month now? Shit, dude. Pirates fucking killing it without even knowing it. Fucking hell. Pirates just on a mad one lately. But yeah, so that's the play there. So we can play either up, seeing it, confirmation will be going above here, and then we can play to these levels. We can play it down, providing so this area here with what and then going down to 25% to range low, which means this area here is a dead man no trade zone. All right, this area has to be a dead man no trade zone. Okay, which means that we don't fucking know. It can range band here for however long it wants. Now, if you want to play the range band environment, you can play the range band environment from this. For example, if I delete everything else, and let me just zoom in. Let's go on the 15 minutes. You can see what's capping the market here. So this high to this low. That's where we are. We're stuck in here. So you can literally play this area here up and down, and it can do this for however long it wants to fucking do. So once it steps above it, that's good. Once it steps below it, that's good. Which means any position he wants to take, we'll just play it there. So that's how you narrow that down. And then that way you can say, okay, you know what? If I want to play this as a scalp, right? How would I play this as a scalp? Okay. On the 5 minutes. Let me delete all this. So the scalp point of view. That's the high there, and that's the low here. Right. Let's do that there. Okay, cool. This area of consolidation has caused a bit of a problem, right? Resistance. Should I say this whole thing? Yeah, you can see the whole thing. Yeah, that's where it's causing the problem there. Anyway, so once again. Yeah, let me do this then. So this is the area of consolidation that's caused a problem. So if he wicks into this area here, breaks down, and he doesn't even take out these highs and these highs there, then you know your stop loss is over here, right? On top of this high here, playing it back down, and the mid range will be approximately, I think it'll be about here. About there, I believe. Let me just double check it. From this high to this low, it's a little bit lower. Okay, so let me delete that. It's about here. That's where the mid range is. Okay, and then we play it target level to level, right? Back to target 1, and then lose this level, back to target 2, going into this area of consolidation there. Okay, and that's how you play it. And then once that's back below it, whatever he wants to do, reclaim this level, then we can step it back to mid range back to this area here, target 1. So it'd be like target 1, target 2, and target 3. And that's how you play the range band environment off a scalp. Okay, that's a scalp trade for Ethereum if you guys are interested in it. But like I'd say that if you guys aren't aware, if you guys aren't experienced in scalping, I'd be very careful. Okay. You're in some mad profit then, pirate. If you hold it for a whole month. Long or short today, we don't fucking know. We have to wait for CPI to do its thing. and then we can decide then. Man, I'm telling you, Sol has P has been so clean. Yeah, Sol has been quite interesting, to be honest. I had a look at it as well last night. Gandalf saying, "How do you know where to draw the range? Are you just taking the largest move up or down?" It's experience. It's experience. It's different. It's just different in it. Like, you know what is Gandalf like? When you've done this for like 4 years, 5 years, you just pick it out. I mean, I can pick a range over here, mate. Literally, if I were to go on the 1 minute, right? You see this here? This is a range band environment here. Off the 1 minute, this high there, and this low here. Question is, most people pick out this low here, but I wouldn't have done that, because you can see price comes back into it, retest it, comes up, and then goes up to this high, and then now, which means if we were to be bullish, we hold above it, we can take out these highs and then take out these highs over there. So again, this is where the private group comes into place as well, to teach you how and help you, learn how to trade a range and. What is here? Okay, 1 second, guys. I think it's my fucking. 1 second, guys. Bear with me a moment. Ah. Where's my piece, man? Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Fucking hell. Man, I'll tell you something about fucking old people, man. They just complain a lot, man. Fucking hell. Battery died as well, the bastard. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the battery. Motherfucker. Try one more time. Yeah, man, I tell you, fucking old people, man, they're fucking just moaning shit, man. Jesus Christ, man. I know, man. Like, look, I'm basically doing work in the house, in it, right? I'm doing the whole renovation, and like what I've noticed is like people on the street aren't too happy. I don't know if it's a jealousy thing or whatever. They're like, because I'm the youngest one on the street, fam. I'm literally the youngest one in the area, and people think that is my dad bought the house. I'm like, nah, fam. I bought the fucking yard in it. But how'd you make the money? Like from drug dealing. I told him drug dealing. I literally said to him drug dealing. One second, let me get a fucking camera back into place. Streaming there, so video capture. Yeah, I tell him straight up. It is car 100%. 100% it is jealousy. I just tell him it's drug dealing. Everybody else, man, I'm like, oh, they're like, how'd you buy this house? How'd you buy this? Because I live in it, and like people here, like the houses are one of the expensive ones in Birmingham, innit? I'm not saying the expensive, but one of the it's a very upper class kind of style over here. And here I am saying motherfucker this, motherfucker that, innit? And so it happens to all your renovation projects, fucking hell, man. And like, so like my neighbors complaining about the fucking noise and shit at fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, yo, listen, now you've got to chill the fuck out a little bit, mate, because the council says 6 o'clock, so I can do work till 6 o'clock. I mean, I've been really, really calm and really patient about the whole thing, but I'm gonna flip. You talk shit. But fucking hell, man, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with these people, man. So basically, I got a delivery came in, right, for this bunch of like wood, like in the 3x2 timber, and the fucking this old man's walking past. He's just walking past, right? Just like, is it lagging for you guys? Should be alright. Voice is breaking, is it? Fucking hell, what's going on today? It's a really bad day today. Means the heat wave is causing us problems. Let's try again. Yo. How about now? Is that shit? How about now? Is that better? Stream lagging, is it? Shouldn't be lagging. Everyone's good, yeah? It's breaking up. So, what's everyone saying? Is everyone's okay or breaking up? Mic is gone. Is it fine? No? The voice too loud. Okay, I've just moved it down. That should be a lot better now. Okay, cool. Yes, this old man fucking walking past. I'm back, yeah. He's back. Cool. Good to hear. Yeah, this old man's walking past. And he's like, I should slap your wrist right now. I go, why is that? He goes, it's like your dad's left the property and you're doing all this work and then making a lot of noise. And I was like, my dad left the property. My dad's dead. I go to him, my dad's is long gone. He goes, oh, you're one of those kids. I go, what does that mean? He goes he literally is like, you're one of those kids. I go, what do you mean by that? He's like your dad passed away and he passed the house to you. I'm like, mate, I bought the house with my own money, man. Like this is all my own hard work. And he goes, how old are you? I was like 20. I'm 30 years old. And he's like, when did you buy the house? I'm like, 3 years ago, 27. And he's like, you bought a house here, 27. How did you do that? That's not possible. I'm like, drug dealing money in it. And his face just dropped. I was like, yeah, man, I'm selling drugs. I'm like, you can call the feds if you want. Just fucking, like, I got a bunch of cocaine in the back. I got marijuana plants upstairs next to the kids' bedrooms and shit like that. I got my mom making tablets for ecstasy, and he is just baffled by it as well. I'm just taking the piss, man. Fucking piss me off, man. Yeah, it is old English white people. I tend to find it with the elder, the newer English, like my age or slightly older than me, like older than me than that. They're fine. They're blessed. They're calm in it. Like Barry's my skimmer, and he's a sick geezer. But my God, man, some of these fucking motherfuckers, man, need to chill the fuck out, man. Anyway, fuck these people, man. I can't be arsed with dealing with them. But look what's going on here. So remember they were talking about the plan right here? As from this high itself and looking to retest here and go back up. So that's Ethereum there on a scalping business in it, right? So we'll see how that works. If it holds above this, right, and then reclaims, this is easy, quick, short to target one there, looking for these highs over there. I mean, you can draw a range like a fucking, yeah, around that makes perfect sense. Now, if it breaks above it and holds this level, then off we go. We can go for these highs there. That's on a 1 minute scalp. They'll call you a Yahoo boy. Shit. You broke his brain. He's not used to seeing someone conquer the system. I think that's what it is, though. He's seeing a like. You know what it is? I have a theory that the elder generation, right? When I say elder generation, like the older generations, right? In like the 60s and 70s and onwards, they're racist. I really think they're racist. I still think so. Racism is still here, man. You got cartels all the way down to Nigeria. Shit. Derry, you're part of the cartel, aren't you? Safe SC, appreciate that, man. But fucking hell, man, like it's just one of these guys, man. I don't know. It's just since I've done this whole renovation, like I'm doing the whole house top to bottom, and it's just been a non-stop issue. And the thing is, right, if I fucking put a BMW M8 outside, fucking hell, man, these guys will go crazy, man. That's why I don't want to buy a new car. I don't want to buy a banging car out there because they're already taking their fucking eyes on me already on the property. What's the point? I mean, I don't want to buy an M8. I would love to. But I don't see the point of it. I don't see the point of I mean, like, it's fun, but, like, I don't drive that much nowadays now. But, yeah, anyway, fuck it. But, yeah, if I buy, like a banging car the next couple of years or so, I don't know. Like, these guys will go mad. Nah, I heard about Italians, though, to be honest. And that's the one thing that I've been a bit skeptical about going to Italy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm skeptical going there because I know, like, growing up in the UK when I was young, so we used to live in this area called Alum Rock. Alum Rock is like it is the roughest place in the whole of Birmingham. It's where the fucking what you call it? What's that show? Not Sweeney Todd. The fucking it's a BBC show. Everyone wants to be like him as well. These Birmingham lads, what they called again? Fucking. They were gangs, man. They were fucking gangs. What's it called again? Birmingham. Peaky Blinders. That's it. Peaky Blinders. They're from Borsley Heath, innit? Borsley Heath, and they used to run Borsley Heath and fucking Borsley Green, sorry, and Small Heath, Small Heath, and they used to run Alum Rock, and those three areas were prime back in those days for fucking industrial for industrial. So the main business of the UK was based in Birmingham. Birmingham was the main business place. London was a shithole. London still is a shithole in my opinion. It's still, I don't like it. But Birmingham was where all the peas at, all the money at. So like in terms of history of Birmingham, we had the Black Country. The Black Country was just above us. So that's the Walsall Dudley side, isn't it? And like there's a canal, right? So they'll load up whatever their stuff and load it up all to Liverpool. So Liverpool docks will then do the exportation. That's how it used to work in the UK. London was nothing. London was a bunch of hookers over there. Is it still cracking? Yeah, where they manufacture guns for war. Yeah. So Carl knows, 100%. Is the mic still cracking? It should be alright. Thank you so much for that, bro. You guys seem fucking nuts, man. But yeah, but I used to live there, and that was a rough ass area. And I moved from there when I was about 8 years old. I moved to an area called Acot Screen. Like, Acot Screen was pure white at the time. When it's pure white, I mean, bro, like this, literally, they would call me Pakis and shit like that. Now, it didn't affect me because I wasn't Pakistani, so I thought it was funny at first, but then they started calling me Paki like on the first day, the second day, the third day. I'm like, hang on a second. These motherfuckers are actually telling me something in it that I'm missing out. I was fucking slow on it. I didn't caught on to the idea that they will call me Paki, and because of the color of my skin. And the thing is, right, is that like I lived in an area of Pakistanis, man. Like all my boys back in Alum Rock, right, like in school and stuff like that, they're all Pakistanis. There was a kid called Lewis. We were 8 years old. Lewis, right, moved in from America. Was it America? Somewhere in North America, or was it Canada, somewhere like that. And he came down to thingy to he was his dad was worked for the army, right, or some shit like that, right? And for the Canadian Army or the American Army, something along the lines like that. But he was deployed in the UK, but he was placed in Birmingham temporarily for a few years. And what happened was, my boy Lewis, right, he was the only white kid at school. Now we were fucking amazed. Everyone wanted to be his friend. Everyone was just like, yo, what happened? What, like, how are you so white? Like, do you not go out in the sun? And it's like I'm just born like that. My mom and dad's white. They're like, do they not go to the sun? do you not guys go? Do you guys not go outside? We were fucking baffled by it, and we're 8 in it. We're just 8. We're kids in it. What do we know? We're 7, 8 years old, right? And this is the most amazing, coolest shit we've ever seen. So what's going on, Piotr? Piotr, how you doing, man? But yeah, anyway, let's get back to fucking. It's enough chatting. Let's go back to work. Let's get back to work, man. But fucking well, that's how it is. So Ethereum. So we talked about the bigger view there. We talked about a little bit of scalping here and there, and let's talk about the day trades itself. What's gonna happen, right? So I want to put a few levels here, right? The first, the level's over here, so we don't need to really worry about too much about it. So the level is that we're gonna work out is that you see how we got this level here, right? Let's focus on this level. This red line is Monday's range. What's so key about it? I get that. Don't you go out in the sun a lot? Vegeta, don't you go out in the sun? I was a brown person with long beard. That's why I'm scared traveling west from India. Nah, do you know what, Bowinder? I'm saying all this shit, right? Like, it's only a small number, bro. Like, honestly, racism and all that shit, like, yeah, it does exist, but it's such a small number. So you got nothing to worry about. You come to the UK, you're blessed. You go to Europe, you're blessed. I mean, you go to France, man. It's Africa, fam. France is not French people, it's Africa, fam. We have overtaken the fucking country. We've gone there, we conquered there. We conquered who they originally conquered us. So, you know, it's a blessed place, I gotta say. I mean, like, it's a very multicultural world. You know, God bless for that as well. A lot of understanding people, you know, a lot of people understanding. You get a couple of knobs like Triple H in it. He's just a knob, so you can go suck his mom. But it is what it is. What can you do? But anyway, looking at fucking Bitcoin, right? Sorry, Ethereum. Let's go back to Ethereum now. So we got Monday's high, Monday's low. Let me put this black now, because now it's pretty much the same color. Monday's high, Monday's low, and mid-range. You see that mid-range we talked about yesterday? For it to bounce up, and we're looking for the shorts, and I entered the shorts around here, playing it back down. So we did the shorts. It was a happy days. You know, that's the thing is, the key point is whenever you fucking get into a trade and you make a mad trade from the high to the low, right? And you're done. Step out of it. Just fucking take the day off. Take the next 24 hours as a rest and relax. Because what happens is you're gonna get some choppy PA. So what's happened is we come into the monthly open, right? You see, we find a support, come as a deviation, and then move back above it, right? We stepped into Monday's low, which is all good. We're playing between in the macro, not macro, the higher time frame range that we talked about, the range that we're playing in the last 2-3 weeks. That's the high and that's the low. So we know that, we know this, and we know this one here, the 1700 level, is a key SR. Now, key SR, which means now, if we're going to look for shorts, how are we going to look for shorts? Although we stepped into Monday's low, there's still a possibility of a short. We can all agree with that. No matter what happens, whatever level we think we PYR and A&E. Okay, I'll have a look at that in a bit. Okay, so good job. Thank you. So yeah, if you guys have any problem with the mic in it, just literally close YouTube and just open up the chat. It should come back up then. Okay. But yeah, smash the likes, everybody, man. Show me some love as well. Fucking. Let's have a look. Yeah. So there's a possibility of it going lower. We have to agree with that, because if we lose this level, then and then especially lose the monthly low, right, and lose this mid range. Well, okay, look. Once we come below here, we're bearish, very, very bearish. Why? Because we're below the monthly open, we're below the mid range of the 2 weeks range we're talking about, and we're also below the Monday's low. And on top of that, we're below the fucking 1700 level. The 1700 level is that second quarter's range low, where prices ranged for such a long time. Okay. And so how do we, if we're gonna look for shorts, how do we do that? Right? What is the thing that's gonna cause us an area for us to short? You see this area here? Look what happened there. This is an area consolidation. Come into it, resistance, sells off, comes back into it, resistance, sells off. It's looking to sell off. And have you noticed that this high here is higher than this, which is also higher than this? Is getting lower, is curving downwards. You see that? It's curving downwards, which is showing me that there's signs of heaviness, there's signs of shorting, which is, someone asked me in the early on, like, would I enter any trades for that? XLM has been ripped in the last few days. Any chance it would have reached to 0.15? Honestly, like look, the key really is today. CPI is today, so we're gonna we gotta play with a bit of assertiveness now. Not in a rush. Now, if I wanted to trade this now as a short right now, right? If I'm looking for a short, this is a very plausible short here with a stop loss above that high, right? And then playing it back down, and the moment we come back below here, right, below the monthly open, we find resistance, we lose this level over here, then we can see, yeah, then we're playing from the mid to the 25% of the range to 1640, and that'll be an set of targets, right? That's how it is. That's one thing that we can do for shorts. We are in a range band environment again, similar to BTC. Nothing's really changed. If I delete everything else, the range band environment that we got here is this low here and this high here. Mid range will be about, I think it's about here. That's where no, slightly lower. About here. That's where the mid range is. I am going to double check it just to make sure that I'm not lying. And yeah, we'll bang on. We'll bang on to the mid range. So yeah, that is exactly the mid range. You know, when you do this so many times, you get the eye for it. So let's go down, drop it down to a 5 minute, and let's have a look at this, okay? Oh, I fucked it up tonight. I did fuck it up anyway. So if for those who wants to play the scalp play on Ethereum, right? Just like we talked about the scalp play. Oh yeah, we already did that. We already did the scalp play, right? Did we do it? We were kind of hostage on our own plane for like, fucking hell, Parrot, you gotta tell me what's going on. What the fuck is going on? I don't know what's going on. I'm missing out on something. I'm definitely missing out on something. Yeah, we did on BTC. Okay, so the same thing is in Ethereum. Nothing has changed on this as well. The way they're both playing it is very symmetrical. Just like that guy said, there's Bitcoin, then there's everything else. In my opinion, there's Bitcoin, which is the king, Ethereum is the prince, and then there's everything else. Everything else doesn't really matter. So we've got this high over here. Fuck off. There we go. That's better. So this high over here. Got this low over here. And then we've got the mid-range, which is about here. Right? That's where the mid-range is approximately. Okay. Now, if I want to enter a trade, right, how do I enter the trade? Okay. We'll come into the mid-range. You see this high over here? I mean, ideally, what I wouldn't mind us coming back down to here, to this area. See this SR over here? I really wouldn't mind this. So if price does something like this, right, comes back down, right, does its thing, reclaims this, then I'm like, okay, this is my confirmation. My stop loss is over here. Well, I've got a stop loss over here. No, yeah, stop loss over here, and then I'm playing it back to this, to these highs over here, and then look into this area consolidation, right, which is over here. So you see this area consolidation there, right on the 1 minute. This is the 5 minutes, and then that'd be target 1, target 2, target 3, and then we'll see what happens. Do we break above it and hold above it and go a lot more higher? Happy days. Then we can look for an entry there, or do we do something like this? Come back down, break down, and this will be my confirmation, playing it back to the mid-range. From the mid-range, lose this level. This is my confirmation to go down even further to range low, and it's just a range band environment. Okay, the CPI today, it can well do this for the till whatever time it wants to do. Okay, until CPI is done, and once CPI is done, it will give us a direction now. So that's the short we've done. Now if we're looking for longs, how do we look for longs? On the 15 minutes, bring everything up. We know what's going on. I mean, look, oh, fuck off, man. This is pissing me off now. You know what? I'm gonna just remove this. Anyway, can you guys see me well? Yeah, I'm in the mic close to my face now. Yeah, so like literally, for me to step in, right? For me to be comfortably happy to step in, right? So remember we talked about this area consolidation, which is causing problems here. So if we break above it, hold this, then I'm like, all right, this is my confirmation. I'll be like target 1, looking for there. I said target 2 because we got this little like a down candle there. There's going to be a bit of reaction. You could do this, reclaim, and then we go to mid range. From the mid-range, right, then we can see if we reclaim and hold above it, then be the next set of targets there. So it'll be target 1 and target 2, and that will be your confirmation. But from the mid-range, I mean, if by any chance, if he decides to do this, right, for example, come into the mid-range, comes up like this, right, comes into this area here. So you see this area here? This area here, does something like this, comes up here, and then breaks down. That's my short trigger. Right, with my stop loss, I'd say you can put a stop loss of it above this little swing high over here, playing it back to target 1, and then target 2 back into this box that we got here, and then we can see we can squeeze into monthly open. So we're still range banding this Monday's range now, so we're gonna be a little bit careful there. CPI is around. I'm not too comfortable trading just yet. I'd honestly just be a little bit more patient and just wait for the market to actually do its thing. Until then, but that's pretty much it really. There's nothing much to talk about as well in terms of a trade or anything like that. It's just gonna be a bit of it could be really slow for the next 3 hours really, 2.5 hours or so. Until then, I'll just be a bit more patient, to be honest. But don't be convinced that whatever the data is on CPI, that's what if the data comes out as bad, we're going to go lower. Because what happened is last time, data was bad last time, and we went higher. It doesn't matter. We were talking about fucking, FOMC was this and that and stuff like that, and the market just did its own thing. So, I mean, we're looking at dollar. Dollar looks like dollar needs to break this down over here. So you see this? You see that? It's coming down to a support. Yeah, we have a little bit of a bit of deviation, support. Once we lose this level here, break down from this low, that should trigger, dollar's going down, ES should be going up, and if ES is going up, Bitcoin's going up, right? So ES, looking at ES, fuck off, what's going on, man? Silly mistakes. Yeah, ES is stepped back into Monday's range. See that red line here? That's Monday's range. So we step into Monday's range, and what it looks like is this is a deviation. So ES is showing me some sort of bullish. Reclaim this level there, then I'll be like, yeah. Then if this is what's happening over here, right? And this is my trigger, for example. If this is what's happening, Bitcoin's gonna go up, Ethereum's gonna go up. So I'm being a bit careful over here. I know ETHBTC is looking bullish. I know ES is looking decent over here. I know Ethereum is also looking slightly bullish over there. I also know that Bitcoin, but the only thing that's stepping me away from it is that Bitcoin is below the fucking Monday's low. Bitcoin is below Monday's low, and it's also below the thingy, the monthly open. So that's why that's a confluence where I'm like, ugh, you know what? Bitcoin is the king. It's gonna make the decision. What's gonna happen? I don't fucking know. We're just gonna have to wait and see and find out in the next few hours. So that's it for me, guys. Actually, I'm gonna have to head out though. To be honest, it's 11 o'clock right now. I do gotta go. Which is why I had to I did the trade a bit thingy early. I believe tomorrow I won't be doing a stream tomorrow. Tomorrow at the normal time that we do at 10:15. But I will do a New York session. Sorry, not a New York session. I'll do an Asian session as well. So I'll definitely do a stream 100%. It'll have to be today. So we're looking about probably around 1 o'clock in the UK time. Probably 1 o'clock. Is there any time that you guys are comfortable to actually watch? You tell me. Because I want to get as many people as I can, obviously. I think 4130 is mid left. I think it's on ES. Let's have a look. 42.24. That's the mid range. Oh, bless you, bro. 12 is good. Goodness is 1. Car is 24/7. New York opens. Not New York, sorry. It'll be thingy. It'll be Asian time. It'll be like in the morning. So it'll be like either, but it'll be like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock in the midnight, or 1 o'clock in the morning. One of those ones. Oh yeah, Nick. Yeah, you'll be asleep as well. Bless you, bro. I'll see what happens. Right, I'll see what happens in terms of timing and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to catch you guys later. I've got to bounce though. It's been a pleasure. I'm sorry that it's been such a quick stream. I didn't really do much. I generally felt like I didn't do much as well. In terms of what I could give you. So I'm really sorry that if you guys are a little bit disappointed about it as well. But I will catch you guys soon, okay? And hopefully once the shit that I've got going on is all cleared up, and then we're back to normal, okay? Speak to you guys soon, right? Take care, guys.